wondering if I can describe this feeling that I am struck with so often. Whenever I get involved in some conversation or some situation in the world where I'm, well, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of difficult to explain. Like, someone was talking to me about how I should file my taxes to get better credit scores, to get a mortgage and all this kind of stuff. Right? Just little mundane things like that, or like going to work, or just the day-to-day grind, everything. The passing of cars on the street, the drama amongst people, rumors of wars, the signs in the heaven, all of it to me, more often than not now, just seems like some movie that I'm forced to watch. Yeah? What was that movie, A Clockwork Orange? You know, the scene where the guy's like strapped there and has his eyes like taped open or something, his head propped up in front of a screen. That's what this shit feels like so often. It's like, I know this place is bullshit, I know this place is fake, and yet everything about this place tries to draw me in to make me forget that this place is fake. To make me feel that this shit is important. Even though I know, pretty much beyond any damn shadow of a doubt, that this shit is fake. All the things. I mean, I hate to say it, but like, yeah, all the things, you know, the financial situation, family connections, worries about war and money, and like everything. All of it. Working. I can't help but to feel pretty clearly the part of me that this is so fake. It's all just so damn fake. Every time I, realize intently that this shit is fake, more shit comes along to try to convince me that it's real. You know? There's been times in my life where I've been in, the longest state of, the longest states of walking meditation that I've been in, where I've been in a place of peace in my mind, and where I managed to have any separation from the false reality and so on. It's when more and more the street theater and reality warping and so on and so forth would go to a more intense level. I don't know, I'll give you an example. There was this time when I was basically in a state of walking meditation, like Eckhart Tolle or something, for about a month or two or something this one time. And then this guy, Mike, this tweaker, calls me up and he starts saying all this shit to try to scare me, try to distract me. And I was just being all zen in response to all his bullshit, And then 3 MRAP, those are mine resistant armored personnel carriers, pull up out front, and a bunch of SWAT team looking dudes jump out, and they're marching back and forth up and down the street with rifles, body armor, helmets, the whole 9 yards, out front of my house. And I'm just laying down, sitting in my bed, watching them on the surveillance cameras. And this went on for like a good hour or more. And it just seemed so fake because I didn't see where it looked like they were accomplishing anything or arresting anyone that I could tell. And later on into it, like they were like shining flashlights, or I think somebody shined a laser at my fucking surveillance camera or something at one point. Yeah. It's like they were just putting on a show just for me. Just to mess with me. And after a while, logical side of me started to think, should I be worried? Should I be trying to prepare for like some sort of battle? Like, I mean, this shit doesn't seem real, and yet the effects of this fake reality do still affect me. If it rains and I don't cover my head, I still tend to feel like I'm getting wet. If I don't eat anything, I still tend to feel hungry. If I don't have anything to drink, I tend to feel thirsty. If the environment is programmed to feel cold, then I tend to feel cold, and vice versa, Real or not, here I am in this place. It bothers me so much to think that I'd have to play along with this bullshit. So stupid. And I mean, I've done things, and I sometimes I question when I say I've done things. I mean like psychic sort of stuff. Men who stare at goats type of shit, cloud busting, changing the weather. Doing weird things that seem like I have some kind of control over reality, but I question it. I wonder when it seems like I'm manifesting reality. Sometimes it feels like I have manifested reality here and there, certain times. And yet there's also a feeling that there's some other consciousness, that's trying to manifest something dark and destructive in my life, and all of our lives in this world. And when it feels like I manifest something with my own consciousness, I can't help but wonder in that time if that too is some sort of illusion, if there's not simply some other consciousness picking up on my own desires and manifesting things on my behalf. If it relies on them to decide whether or not they will or will not, depending on what entertains them the most at the time. I don't know. I don't know, man. This shit just seems so fake. No, I mean, really, this whole reality to me feels so scripted and so fake. I mean, the number of things that I hear people saying and commenting and that I've just observed in our reality that they say are coincidence. It's so obvious that there isn't this coincidence and so on. Well, I don't know. Just an example would be there's all kinds of examples, but like one of the more recent examples, I was looking in comments, some video I clicked on that was talking about fairies or some shit, and someone was saying that their grandmother was named something that meant I don't know, fairy of the woods or some shit like that, and that their grandpa's name meant just happened to mean, coincidentally just happened to mean lover of fairies or some shit, right? Or like the fact that I don't know. There's all kinds of things. Look at all the Simpsons predictions of the future that came true. All the future predictions, and not just The Simpsons, but all sorts of cartoons, books, video games. The Barron Trump books from 100 years ago. Uh, the way they line it up to where, you know, uh, well, I mean, there's so many things, right? Like, for instance, just with the whole Trump thing, right? Like, Trump and Pence sounds like trumpets if you put it together, right? Or like, how he's in a commercial with like sheep that spell out 9/11 prior to 9/11, and then or like how the you know um, just there's so many fucking things, dude. It just goes on and on. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to have to get into all the different things. There's so many. Have you ever heard of the or looked into the what's it called, the JFK uh, Lincoln coincidences? Yeah. So many things that they call coincidence that are just so fucking blatantly obvious that it's not coincidental. Well, there's too many coincidences to be coincident. Too many strange coincidences for it to be coincidental. You know. Just by coincidence, this super evil dude's last name is Wolf. Just by coincidence, you know. Just I don't know. Just there's so many fucking things, right? Like, well, look up the. You ever look up the? Never mind. I won't even get into the Orange Man anymore. But I could point out the word Trumpery, or the definition of the word Trump if you were to look in an old dictionary. I just say, just coincidentally. There's like, what was it, The Adventures of Baron Trump, and the last president or something. Books written, what was it, the 1800, late 1800s, early 1900s or something. Right? And then just find out that fucking his uncle had the Tesla's files, and it's just, there's so many freaking things, man. This is just, I'm just pointing to like all of the, like a number of things, and I haven't even barely scratched the surface with all the weird shit just with this one dude, man. There's so much fucking weird shit just everywhere. Like, weird coincidences, and not to mention, shifts in reality, things that just don't make a lot of sense. For instance, like, when I go to Walmart, I go make deliveries, right? In the last couple of weeks, they fucking changed their security vehicles up. The last couple of weeks, I've seen 3 different types of security vehicles, and they're all like standardized. Like, I mean, the ones that were there for years are gone, and then they switched to some ones that were like gray. And then I saw black ones, and then there was white ones. But it's the same people driving the damn thing. Look like different company names and everything. Like, and I've seen shifts like this during the same day. Like, I'll go in, and I'll see the black fucking security vehicle driving around, this Mongolian looking dude driving or whatever. And I'll come back out, after some long shopping trip that took 45 minutes, and he's driving a fucking white truck or whatever, There's just so many fucking signs everywhere that this shit is fake. It's like the whole world is like slapping me in the face, telling me this shit isn't real, for the most part. But at the same time, there's a number of forces, working to try to convince me of, how very concerned I should be with the things of this world. Right? And based on how fake this fucking shit seems to be, like the only reason I even continued to bother with anything is because here I am. Whether it's real or not, or a dream, if I'm stuck in it, I should try to minimize, how bad it gets or whatever, I guess. So I jump through hoops and play along with bullshit. Make believe like the shit is real and fall into all these distractions that are designed to make me think it's real and make me worry about it. Because I don't know, if I didn't, maybe I'd just end up sitting in a park in the pouring rain, feeling the water fall on my head, knowing that it isn't real. But I'd still feel the raindrops falling on my head and the cold shiver flowing through my body, which I doubt that's even real here either. That doesn't mean I don't feel it. I don't know, I think there's gotta be some kind of it's like a fucking dream that doesn't seem to be fully under my control. I feel like I'm awake in the dream, but like there's some other consciousness fucking with my shit and making it so I can't really wake up. You ever been in a dream and you're dreaming inside the dream? They would consider that to be like a lucid dream. And you try to wake up and you just jump into a different dream world, and a different dream world, and a different dream world. That's what this feels like, except in normal dreams when I've had that happen. Sometimes I end up in a very, very different scenario. And I'll forget for a little while. But I mean, the scenario, the scenery, I might be able to shift into a place that's so different that I think I woke up. And it fools me. And after a little while, I start to realize, no, wait, this isn't right either. And I'll keep trying to wake up, trying to wake up, trying to wake up again. Sometimes I'll jump through 5, 10, 15 different fucking things when this happens, right? Before I finally seem to wake up in something that seems more familiar, like this shit, but this, it still feels like a dream because something is just not right. It doesn't add up. It doesn't line up with the actual reality that I remember from back in the day, So I feel like I'm trapped in some dream, and every time I try to wake up from it, I just end up in a different but similar version of this fucking dream realm, which seems pretty much mostly out of my control, Seems to be steered or guided mostly, not entirely though, by some other sort of consciousness outside of my own. And yet I can tell that my own consciousness can have a profound effect on it as well. Although the way it works is very strange. Seems kind of upside down, I don't know, just it's so fucked up, man. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to find anyone who gets what I'm saying, or it almost makes me wonder if I'm like the most conscious or only fucking conscious being in this fucking place sometimes, because even these channels were some of the more conscious people channels that I've ever heard, that I've ever been able to find, won't talk about a lot of the sort of shit that I talk about, or some that I'm wonder about sometimes, because I mean, it seems like they're not willing to go that far, or they're not quite as advanced along the level of like really truly feeling like this shit is, fake as hell. No, and I get it. Like, I find myself getting pulled into. Well, this is what happens, right? You wake up. This is what keeps happening to people, right? And it's happened to me many times, right? You wake up and you're like, this is fake. This isn't real. I'm in a goddamn dream world or a simulation or something. And then somebody will come along and be like, oh, your dog died. And you'll be like, not my dog, oh my god. Or, you're gonna lose everything if you don't work harder. And you'll be like, no, I don't want to lose all my fake stuff in the fake world. No, anything but my fake stuff. Or, they'll people start talking about World War III, and you'll be like, oh god, the World War III is gonna start any minute. And you'll start fucking thinking about it like, oh my god, the fucking Russians are coming to invade us. The Chinese are gonna come down on their parachutes. Oh fuck, the UFOs. The UFOs are coming to snatch, you know. And you start thinking about this shit again like it's like being all concerned about shit like it's fucking real again. You keep getting sucked into this fucking shit that one way or another wanting to convince you that this shit is physical, tangible fucking matter that we're living in. You know? You've been living in a dream world, Neo. Yeah, right? No, seriously, that's what this. I really feel very. No, but I mean that's the kind of shit the world does. Like, you'll start to like be all sure that the world is fake, and the next thing you know, like a cop knocks on your door and starts asking you questions about something. You go, "Oh, shit!" Or somebody cuts you off in traffic or something when you're just trying to go drive to get yourself a sandwich or something, and then you get all wrapped up and emotional and fucking like this fucking prick. Fuck this guy, you know? And you're sucked into the feeling that this shit is real again, right? Or whatever, right? You know? There's a million different ways that the world, like, every time you start to go, oh, there's no way this shit is real. Then there's all this crap that goes on that tries to freak you out and draw you into, like, I mean, if you want to call it lower vibration or something, where you feel like the shit is fucking real. Until you wake the fuck up out of it again and go, wait a minute. Seem to be hit with shit all the time that tells me that this crap is not real. And yet again, there's a conflict. Well, I mean, imagine if you were stuck inside of like a video game that felt so real that it was it was almost totally indistinguishable from reality. You felt pain, heat, cold, hunger. You had to use the restroom. You know, had to eat, sleep. You know, everything's the same. You know. But it's like zombie apocalypse or whatever, right? But you're in something like that, you know it's not real. But if the fake zombies that seem completely real are coming after you, what are you gonna do? It's like you're forced to play along. Imagine how fucking aggravating that would be. Like, monsters coming after you, things attacking you, and you don't want to play this game. This is not fun. This is not entertaining. Just, or let's say it's something more dull, like you have to work some lame ass job, you know, but you know you're just stuck in a video game or something, right? It's just like Sims or something, you know? You're like trapped in Sim City and you can't get out and you have to fucking play the role of the Sim and go to work and make money. And if you don't play the character role and jump through all the hoops of the fake world and the fake parameters of the fake world, and your Sim character dies or something and you don't remember necessarily where you came from or where you're going to end up if that happens. I don't know. Weird shit. Weird shit here.